Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back again with another daily Casper and crypto live stream. And boy, oh boy, do we have a very interesting scoop to cover in today's stream. Shout out to my sources and individuals. I won't name names just in case for privacy reasons, but the individual who showcased this source to me ahead of time about OKX potentially leaking that they are about to list Casper. Right now, of course, we'll get into more of that in the stream, but very, very bullish news nonetheless to see that the mainstream media accounts, the Binances, seemingly the OKXs, and many, many more massive influenced accounts are actively partaking and posting a hell of a lot more about Casper right now. It's a very, very weird coincidence, if you ask me, how Casper has reached, all-time lows I've not seen for over a year, since 2023. And now we're seeing multiple major posts from major, reputable accounts talking about Casper. Now, whether it's legit, whether they are being shilled to do it, nonetheless, it's still exposure and things are looking up for Casper right now. We've got a hell of a lot more news to cover in the stream. Potentially, as the title states from here, only up from here for Casper. That is based off some macro news followed by the recent developments for Casper, but also is a question. Because at the end of the day, if I am perfectly honest, not financial advice, of course, I do still see potential for some pullbacks in the market in the immediate short term following the rate cuts coming through very, very soon. We'll get into that in the stream as always though. Of course, if you enjoy these daily live streams, daily FOMO, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, the dealio, spread the word about crypto and Casper, because I do believe that Casper makes some more corrections in the short term, but ultimately we are near the absolute bottom right now, and Casper is mere months away, if not even weeks away now, from going only up. Of course, that's a title. Realistically speaking, it's going to be going up sort of like that, but I think a rally is inevitable, and that's based on the information that we talk about daily and also information that I disclose to members of this community here. We're looking at institutional insights and a hell of a lot more every single week to cover the market sentiment. So again, if you want to know more about this, 7-day free trial, links are below and also in the description, and also on my YouTube homepage right here as well. That's the free one here to join, and also the WAP here. You can join for free 7-day free trial as well. Come check it out. The deal. But that being said, welcome everyone to the stream. D with me again, my man. D with me. Welcome back again. Hi all. Bought another 10,000 Casper. Massive bam, my man. Love to hear that. Kenny Dutch. I have 400,000 Casper. Hope that's enough to become rich. I sure believe it is, my man. Right now, if that even reaches $1, that's $400,000. So you're sitting on a very, very comfortable bag, to say the least. I do believe that it will hopefully pay off. I mean, right now I've got a lot of conviction in Casper. It's my biggest holding by a mile, and I think Casper is going to make some significant gains to cycle. I'm not going to talk price anymore. I keep saying it now because I don't want to talk about significant price, and I'm not going to talk about my price predictions. I think that's a toxic mindset, but I will reiterate that I think Casper is going to make some insane gains to cycle and surpass expectations, in my personal belief, not financial advice, of course. But yeah, welcome back everyone again. Coin Zenzi, my man, what's up, my man? Again, Clayton Green, what's good, Cas fam? It. Andy A, welcome back again. Bought 7,950 more Casper. Wow, your bag is getting very heavy right now. I love to hear it. Buying more every day. Keep up the work, my man. Love to hear it indeed. What's up again? Hello from Belgium, everyone else. Just a few months ago, yes, we are in the end game now for sure. That is very apparent to me. So without further ado, we're going to get into the stream, the information, the sources straight away. I'm going to go into Casper, in just a moment. Quickly, I want to cover this post here, which again, shout out to another member in my community. Again, this information, while some of it is also my own research, some of it also based off information that we, disclose freely in my free community here. So again, if you want to stay up to date and be even more in tune to what's going on in this space with crypto and Casper, you come check this out here. Free community, come to chill chat and learn more about crypto and Casper as well. There's information here shared by a member of the community here from Wu Blockchain here. Wu Blockchain, of course, is a very known account, 500,000 followers. So a reputable account once again. According to Hyperscam, the institution/whale, this account in particular, has opened a long Ethereum position with 50x leverage, with a position size of approximately $150 million. An average entry price of $1,884.40, unrealized profits exceeding $2.5 million, and a liquidation price of $1,839. Additionally, he has opened a long Bitcoin position with a 20x leverage, with a position size of approximately 25.5 million, average entry of $82,206.5, and the liquidation price of 62.2.64 as well. So ultimately a massive one. Again, we are at the liberty, at the mercy of institutions and whales in this cycle. It's an institutionally driven bull market right now. If this huge whale, as according to Hyperscan here is, signaling that this individual is opening huge leverage long positions again with Ethereum and also Bitcoin right now, there does lead a possibility, therefore, that we may see a price reversal. A significant one at that. Now, it's not confirmation we've seen the absolute bottom, because again, while they do control the markets, anything's possible right now. And I do still personally believe we may see some pullbacks in the immediate short term, which I'll get into in a moment. But this is one of the reasons why I say, as the title states, only up from here for Kaspa, because if this is the case, and this is an indicator of institutional sentiment right now, then we could be seeing it go up much higher, the whole market, very shortly, which I think, again, is a possibility, especially considering the recent announcement, as you can see here on the side, which is, while for Ripple and XRP big, it's actually big for the whole crypto market as well, because this is the biggest case for crypto that ever existed. With that being said, we'll move on straight away now to the Kaspa content. Ultimately, right now, we see with Kaspa Guru here, Kaspa is now trending on CoinGecko, which is very big. In 2023, this was an everyday occurrence, so it's now good to be back on the front page, finally getting back into the trading section. This is also going to bring more adoption and attention to Kaspa, more demand back to the project, which again, considering Kaspa is down 70% from all-time highs, is a very good thing to see, that Kaspa is still getting the FOMO. It is not a meme coin, it's not a trash coin. Kaspa is the future, and this is proof of such that there's still belief in the project. 70% corrections, we've seen it 2 times in the past. This is not news to us. It is frustrating that Kaspa come down so far, but it just means the gains are going to be much more when we get to that. And in that regard then, we've got potentially a massive exchange on the way. We've mentioned in my stream yesterday, those who are part of it remember it already here. In my stream, we talked about yesterday how we are seeing massive whale activity. And typically speaking, when whales are shuffling around such huge capital and making it known, because again, we've already seen right now that whales have been doing a lot of OTC trading behind the closed doors, over the counter, where you can't really see what's happening right now. So seeing that the whales are now actively moving around and shuffling their wallets aggressively, like open eyes, is normally a very good indicator that they're preparing for something big, because they're trying to bring more adoption to the project. They're trying to bring more wandering eyes to Kaspa right now, because the big money is moving. This wallet here, being KuCoins, has 722 million Kaspa and didn't move since December. And then, only yesterday, we saw almost half, 322 odd million Kaspa, move from this wallet to this wallet here. This wallet only had 25 million Kaspa, and now it's got 375 million. And it's added another 20 million just earlier today. So this KuCoin wallet is becoming very active as well. We can see, if you look at the details right now, again, it's KuCoin that's getting the wallet. It's been taken out of one KuCoin wallet and put into another one. The KuCoin, who've been very quiet for a long time, and now moving massive capital of Kaspa around into a new wallet, which is interesting. Reasons why, unbeknownst to us, but either way, seeing huge capital move around is a good indicator. Furthermore, this wallet here, unknown but believed to be Binance's here, has now jumped to number 2 thanks to all the other massive wallet movements. So again, it's very interesting to see, and potentially, therefore, this is a sign that something big is on the horizon. Whales are moving a lot of capital around, and coincidentally, when we saw the OKX post that happened yesterday, we saw OKX post which said 90% loading. If I've already gone past it, I might have done already. We saw a post from OKX which spoke about 90% loading. I'm going to scroll down and find it in just a moment. But this, of course, has been brought more wandering eyes to Kaspa. Of course, like, well, why is OKX posting that? It's such a weird coincidence, right? Am I not going to be able to find it? I'll just type it in OKX. I don't know why I didn't preload this, to be honest, but you can see OKX here. They made a post talking about 90% loaded. A new alternative is coming, 90% loaded, which is right here. New alternative loading, diamond, 90% loading. Of course, Kaspa people are speculating that it's actually talking about Kaspa, because Kaspa's mining has finally surpassed 90% mined. So that coming out yesterday is, a convenience, a coincidence, if you will. 90% mined, of course, for Kaspa happened for a few days now, and now OKX have posted 90% new order temp is loading, diamond. But then, just, that was on the 10th, that was a day or two ago. Then we get this post that I've just posted earlier today, about 3 hours ago, which goes into a post that was sent to me, and we discovered here. So I put this. So this is what was just published today, literally today. What's going on here? OKX, Kaspa, launch. What's driving the hype behind Kaspa? And we can see here they've got a post on how to buy, trade, and sell Kaspa. You can choose an exchange. It's got the whole. It's giving you a step-by-step process of how to, sell and utilize Kaspa and whatnot. But it says here, as highlighted, Kaspa is listed on several cryptocurrency exchanges, including OKX. Now, as far as I'm aware, which I know, OKX have not spot listed Kaspa or even perps listed Kaspa. Now, apparently I've seen in the comment section that apparently it's the DEX. I think it is this one here. Yeah, apparently, no, there was a comment I saw from somebody saying apparently it was a DEX. Yeah, I have OKX account. It's on the DEX platform. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that personally, but what I do know is Binance, what I do know is OKX have not listed Kaspa for spot listing and have not listed a futures contract either. OKX have been very eerily quiet about Kaspa since their partnership with the KEF, because they are a part of the KEF. They're, a venture of the KEF. And we can see from this post here that Kaspa launched, also from the hype, the post here. Now, my first thought when I saw this, maybe it's like Binance Square. Binance Square, of course, is a very known, Binance-funded website, if you will. But ultimately, the community are able to just post whatever they want on Binance Square, and therefore it's not actually Binance posting it, it's just community-driven, right? But I've looked into this, and I've also asked around people who are also very knowledgeable in this space, and from the looks of it, it is from OKX. Like, there's nothing, skewed about it. It does seem to be legit. So, it's a weird conspiracy we're having right now. Kaspa is not listed on OKX. That is fact. That we know that already. But look, even here, this part, the Kaspa coin was officially launched in insert year if known. Now, this is also very, very interesting, because this, to me, if I'm going to really dig into it, feels like it's an incomplete article published by OKX, because it's not talking about when was Kaspa launched on OKX exchange. We're talking about it launched in general, but we know that was in 2021. We know the research for Kaspa has, been going on for almost a decade, if not a decade at least now, with the research behind it. But Kaspa's actual launch happened in 2021 at the peak of the bull cycle, as we are now going through, at the peak of the bull cycle, as we're going through back into the bear cycle. So that is not actually hard to find out. So why it's not been put in, I don't know. Unless it's trying to refer to it being about OKX exchange. In that case, then, it's not been listed on yet. That's why it says insert year if known. Point being is either way, this is the first post I've properly seen that I can recall at least about OKX and Kaspa, a whole article dedicated to Kaspa and the hype behind it. And even then talking about, again, the fact that it is apparently listed on OKX, which is factually, at least from my perspective, incorrect. So my conclusion, even this part here, which is the disclaimer about it as well, this is a full disclaimer as well talking about it. Of course, this is not in English, but my conclusion is, standards of always don't be emotional, be logical. This is seemingly going to be a massive, FOMO driver, if you will, speculating that OKX is about to list Kaspa, and I think there's a possibility of such. Personally, I like to believe that Binance will do it first, and OKX will follow very soon afterwards, but considering Kaspa is down so heavily right now, considering you're seeing a lot of massive accounts starting to post about Kaspa repeatedly every single day right now, which is coincidental after being quiet for months on end, I think there is something brewing for Kaspa. And again, considering all their big developments coming through, smart contracts, 10 BPS, stablecoins, and much more, it would make sense to me, personally. Now, again, I'm not getting ahead of myself, of course, but it's a weird coincidence. That's what I'm trying to highlight here. I'm not saying we're going to get OKX listing this week or next week. We don't know. Again, this for me is as good as everything else we've seen in Binance so far. It's not confirmed a listing. It could be speculated quite heavily, because they already made the fact that they did this here, I think, is personally a screw up. Maybe this article is meant to be posted very soon following OKX announcing a Kaspa listing. It's really tough to say right now, but this for me is, again, it's interesting, and it's something that I was very shocked to find, alongside everything else that we have learned recently today, the developments of crypto and Kaspa as well. My ultimate standing right now is these exchanges, the Binances, the Coinbases, the Bybit, the Binances, the Coinbases, the OKX, and many, many more. It's only a matter of time. We say that every single day, but it's true. Now, for me, again, what matters to me is the actual, technology of Kaspa. That for me is what really matters. The listings will be great price pumpers, and of course, us seeing such a heavy correction, it would be a nice relief, to say the least. But it will happen. OKX, I think, is just around the corner, and that post may be proof of that. Binance equally, I think, are very, very close, because again, what we have speculated for a very, very long time is that Binance will list Kaspa following the distribution from the mining distribution period, the rewards. And to my knowledge, even though they said they take 2 to 3 days to distribute it out, they have still not distributed out the rewards to the miners. So they're still delaying it. Why? Why are they still delaying the rewards for Kaspa? It should have come, I think it's meant to be the 10th or 14th of February. And we're now almost 1 month after, we're the 12th of March. And we still haven't seen the rewards from mining Kaspa on Binance, the incentive being distributed out to the winners yet. I don't know what Binance are playing at right now. So this, as it's taken so long to do so right now, to me, it actually increases my belief that you do kind of need a spot listing to have a funding wallet. Which therefore, again, this is not confirmed, this is still speculation, but considering that they've delayed it and delayed it and delayed it and delayed it, with no real explanation as to why they keep delaying it, and also the post we've seen, which is kind of speculated that it could be still in the cards for a listing following the distribution to the funding wallets. I think that when we see the rewards finally distributed, we could potentially see a listing following soon afterwards. Binance is just around the corner. I think OKX is equally very, very close based on all the big developments coming for Kaspa as well. And equally, we have speculated that these big accounts are being shielded to talk about Kaspa. So before I get to that as well, actually, another reason why I think OKX could also be in for a very big development again, because we've seen a lot of big developments of Kaspa in Europe recently. They won the Blockchain Innovation Award at the Crypto Expo EU, and we see that they're also going to be having an interview happening, I think, early next week on the 19th and 20th of March. Kaspa Ambassador again. So they're quite active in the EU right now, Kaspa. And OKX has got this here. OKX Europe has acquired a company with a Markets in Financial Instruments Directive 2 MiFID 2 license, moving closer to offering regulated derivatives products in Europe, which is huge. The company is expected to become operational later this year, pending approval from the Malta Financial Services Authority, MFSA. This is very, very bullish indeed. The OKX makes some very, very big movements, and this could also coincide to Kaspa and what they're building. Their big things coming up very, very soon as well. So this is, again, I'm very happy to see this. Some good news finally. Of course, the markets right now are still, quite boring, which I don't have a problem with. For me, it gives me more time to load up, and I'm happy about that, because I think that the picture for me is quite clear. I mean, my personal belief, again, is quite clear of where crypto, and equally more importantly, where Kaspa is going to go in this cycle. And that's again due to all, after months and months of, we had a lot of posts about Kaspa in and around its all-time high, when it was, and equally around KRC2, we had a lot of posts about Kaspa in and around here, and equally loading up to that in June as well, and even some more recently, you had some in and around the KRC20 here. Since then, no big accounts have really been talking about Kaspa. We've seen months and months of quiet, which is, fair enough, but now we're seeing it go parabolic again, and we can see, we've seen BSC Gems do multiple. We have seen BSC News do a lot. We've now got Coinvo, and what I've been seeing right now, this Coinvo's got over 300,000 followers as well. Now, what I'm seeing is multiple of these accounts are literally, from what I can see, copy and pasting posts from similar accounts. I'm pretty sure BSC Gem did a very similar post. Coinvo's done one here as well. I'm sure there's been another one as well. But we're seeing repeated posts, almost, copy and pasted, which is, it's just. But regardless, either way, it's still more adoption, it's more awareness, more eyes coming to Kaspa. And you can see Kaspa is a part of that as well, right here. So that's another 300,000 follower account. I'm going to post about Kaspa. While a lot of these posts are copy and paste, the fact that many major accounts are repeatedly posting awareness of Kaspa is very, very big. So I want to speculate that a massive reverse rally is close. I have a feeling about it. Whether that means the next few weeks or month, what's coming up for Kaspa very, very soon, equally being the smart contract stuff, which could be coming out this month. Some of it, at least developments regarding it, is huge news. Very, very big. And that's not all. Again, here we can see nice article from Blockchain Magazine. Kaspa is well positioned into 2025. Have a quick gander at this as well. Blockchain Magazine. This is also a very, very well-known crypto magazine. You know, they've got that. They're very well known in this space. And you can see here, Kaspa coin explodes. The next big crypto to watch in 2025. All the big accounts right now are talking increasingly more and more about Kaspa. You know, so this for me again, that the adoption is the foam of Kaspa is riding back in slowly but surely, which is why, you know, despite the corrective behavior of Kaspa, why people are still flooding it, I've ignored that noise wholeheartedly. I've never believed them because I understand what Kaspa's building. I understand that coins go through corrective periods. 70% corrections is not new in crypto. It's hard, of course. It's still hard, but it's not new in crypto, not at all. We see multiple projects go through 70% corrections. Go onto CoinMarket, go onto TradingView, and type in ADA USDT, which is Cardano USDT. You scroll out and look at its all-time high. Get the measure chart here, and you scroll all the way down here. You can see 76% correction from all-time highs. Do the same thing with Litecoin, LTC USDT. You see similarly here again. You scroll out, look at all-time highs. And once again, 76% correction. And I can show many more examples. Even then look at Kaspa. Kaspa, you go to its early days, way back here. And you can see on 2 occasions we saw 72% correction there. And actually not that one, sorry, this one here. 70% correction there as well. So it's not new for Kaspa. It's frustrating, and a lot of people are new to this for Kaspa because no one really was here, or not many of us, I imagine, was here around 4 cents this early. But Kaspa going through a correction, while, you know, heartbreaking and struggle, I get that wholeheartedly. It's not good to see your money and your portfolio go down. It's been a very, very hard time for us. Kaspa came down 17%. Is this the bottom for Kaspa? Potentially. Maybe it comes down a little bit further. I would be surprised to see it lose 5 cents. I think 5 cents, personally for me, not financial advice, 5 cents is the absolute bottom for Kaspa, because that would put it past 75% correction. And I think that's also why we're seeing all these major accounts with large follow bases posting about Kaspa repeatedly, trying to build more adoption to it. That's why we saw CoinMarketCap to put Kaspa. That's not the sole reason why, but that's what part of the reason why we saw CoinMarketCap put Kaspa in the USA category, right here. Now, I know Kaspa made a video on it recently. I'm planning to make a video later today as well about it, talking about, you know, the OKX listing, this made in the USA thing, and much, much more about it. The whole reason why it's happening as well. But this in and of itself is bringing more adoption back to Kaspa, because of people who, you know, people will therefore likely flood to Kaspa in the hope that we'll end up seeing zero tax coming for Kaspa as well. So, again, this is very, very good to see a lot of FOMO come back to Kaspa, which is very, very bullish. Volume amount for Kaspa is at 100 million. So it's, you know, not high. It's still it's still lackluster, if you will. But again, you're looking at 100 mil volume for Kaspa without the Binance and Coinbase and OKXs, the big volume exchanges, the bigger ones. I think Kaspa's just not there yet about a DeFi, about a DEX. It's not got that stuff coming out, but it is very close now. And I've got proof to show that in the stream as well. Again, dominated by the likes of Gate, then MEXC. Bit gets high up there as well now. Binance not following far off either, with percentage volume, which is good to see. Of course, XT and Lbank are still quite up there as well, but it is good to see the bullish momentum coming back for Kaspa, most definitely. Again, the price is not showing much right now today, currently down 0.70% daily time frame, valued at just short of 7 cents. It's currently trying to surpass this level of support resistance right now here at the 7 cent zone. If we can end up getting back into this zone here, trading here for a little bit, and then break above that, for me, that could be a breakout. If you're going to do tier elements right now, a lot of people right now are looking at this falling wedge pattern here. we saw Kaspa break above it and then retrace back into it, and equally yesterday or the day before we saw it retrace below it and then go back into it right now. So arguably we could hopefully be seeing Kaspa continue in this sort of fashion here, and then once it corrects and hits this bottom, this top trend line, we hopefully see it break out. But that's again TA stuff. I'm not, again, my opinion on TA. I think it's helpful, but this sort of stuff for me is, I wouldn't say noise. I think it can be very, very helpful, but for me, I need fundamentals to support this potential TA coming to fruition as well. And right now, I think the fundamentals are coming very, very quickly. I think it's possible based on the trending element, the FOMO coming out for Kaspa. This OKX post is crazy, but also quite huge. Of course, don't be emotional. You know the deal. OKX are doing a lot of things right now, which is good to see. They're increasing their developments and whatnot. The big accounts with over millions and over 100,000 of followers are talking about Kaspa repeatedly, daily right now. Article from Blockchain Magazine. It's coming quick. It's coming very, very quick. So, do your own research, trade your discretion. But for me personally, again, not financial advice, I think Kaspa is gearing up for a massive reverse rally, relief rally. And I would argue to say, which sounds weird to say, but my opinion, which again, it'll sound quite weird, my opinion is we are closer to 20 cents, all-time highs Kaspa, now down here, than we were back here. I know literally speaking that's incorrect, because this is literally, a 10% correction, whereas right now, it's a 60% correction. But we didn't have momentum to push Kaspa above here, or not enough of it. Around this part here, we had good job report data, followed by crack and listing. And then we reached up here, and then we just saw a reversal following negative sentiment and market news, and not enough, volume for Kaspa. And then we just continued coming down bit by bit, making some ups and downs. Now we're at this sort of absolute bottom for Kaspa. The developments coming through for me massively outweigh the negative sentiment. We still do have some downside, which I'm going to cover in just a moment actually, before we get into the more Kaspa news. But for me, Kaspa is at a prime level. So I'm going to also quickly cover my personal reason why I think more downside still on the cards for crypto market, potentially Kaspa as well. Then I'll answer some questions, and then we'll get more into the next big Kaspa news. Again, BSC Gems also put in turn notifications and be ready for what's coming. They've done a lot of Kaspa posts very, very recently. So potentially they are leaking about a listing for Kaspa coming very, very soon. Following this OKX post here, and equally following the Binance FOMO again, and all these posts we've been seeing repeatedly from BSC Gems, potentially Binance and OKX are very, very close. So FOMO against high for Kaspa, but again, that's just noise. Until we see confirmation, it's just noise, so don't get ahead of ourselves. You know the deal. But I do believe that listings are very, very close. That for me, while is noise and is speculation, I think for what developments are coming for Kaspa, it proves my theory, or supports my theory at the very least. So again, just in a moment, quickly, I'm going to just say my point, which is the reason why I believe we could see some potential pullbacks in the immediate short term, and I'm talking in the next week or two, right, is due to the macro factor. What I'm talking about is we have got the CPI inflation data, the Fed rate, the Fed rate decisions. The Fed rate decisions are going to be coming out on the 19th, which is next week. So next week we'll be seeing the Fed rate decisions. And equally, on the same day, according to my sources, the Bank of Japan, there's a lot of speculation right now, the Bank of Japan are going to hike rates once again. Now, why is that important? Those who have been following me since the very beginning of my stream journey, was started at the very top of Kaspa, coincidentally. What happened here was the USA, the Fed, didn't cut rates. They held. They waited. Whereas Japan, they did. Ultimately, the yen carry trade got screwed. Warren Buffett sold half his stock in Apple, and the value of the yen rallied massively against the dollar. So, the markets capitulated. 40% correction that day, or that period of time, for Kaspa and for a lot of projects as well. With the Fed decision coming out in next week. Now, thankfully, we did see the inflation data come out today, and the inflation data was expected to be 2.9%. Actually, it was 2.8%, so it was lower than expected, which is very bullish, because that means that the inflation is lower than we expected, therefore meaning we could see some rate cuts coming through sooner than we expect. And rate cuts mean you can borrow more money from the banks and therefore increase the capital and liquidity into these on-risk assets like crypto markets and therefore potentially Kaspa. So the inflation's lower today, which is good news. But does it mean we're going to get rate cuts on next week, on Wednesday? Me personally, I don't think we will. Not yet. Soon, but not yet. Right now, still a lot of uncertainty with the tariffs right now. I think we're still going to be in for another, few weeks of potential hurt, especially if Bank of Japan do increase rates whilst America either hold neutral or don't do much. If that's the case, and actually with Japan increasing rates, it probably would be in America's interest to do nothing. Because if they lower rates while Japan increases rate, that makes the Japanese yen will get more power from the dollar once more, and therefore could cause another capitulation. So I personally believe that this Fed FOMC meeting will be a zero rate decision, like no rate moving, while the Bank of Japan could potentially hike rates again. So we may see next week, next Wednesday, some more downside, some more FUD, some more pullback for crypto, for Kaspa as well. Also because of the whole speculation, which is backed by a lot of theory, that Trump is purposely causing uncertainty in the markets to increase the value of, increase more investment into the bonds so they can refinance their debt that's maturing right now. But following all of that, because that's going to be, mid to end of March, following into end of March going into April, we have a lot of very big developments for Kaspa, which I therefore believe that potentially all these big accounts are being shielded to talk about Kaspa in preparation for the so-called final pullback, to then see a massive reversal following a huge FOMO rally for Kaspa, following 10 BPS, following smart contracts, following stablecoins, following therefore the listings coming with it as well. Now we do know 10 BPS on the testnet came out on the 6th of March, so almost a week ago now, and so far it's been running smoothly. Touch wood, and nothing goes wrong hopefully. But according to Coda's stuff, it's running just like testnet 11. It's been going. Testnet 11 has been consistent, not going down once for over a year. So far it's running as the same, which is great to see. So we've also had confirmation from Coda's stuff as well that likely will be on track for the original timeline, which will be end of April, going potentially early May. So they get more confirmation about that as time goes on, and then equally got some other very big posts as well, which I'm going to get into this one first from Johnny here. Smart contracts are coming to Kaspa before Q2. Ultimately talks about here, more accurate timeline for Ethereum Virtual Machine Layer 2 chain is before Q2. Quick implementation of stablecoins and a stable bridge done in Q2. So ultimately, we're going to see the Ethereum Virtual Machine, which is, therefore allowing some form of integration of some early smart contracts to an extent, some form of bridge of smart contract, if you will, happening in this quarter, within the next 2 weeks. Now, I believe it will be a test net because we have had confirmation already from Kaspa that we're going to be seeing. We've had confirmation from Incurred Labs and also Kaspa will be seeing test nets. So, like we see Kaspa test nets coming out for those two for their EVM layer 2s. So we'll be seeing, effectively infrastructures, layer 2s coming out on test nets, which will be supporting for these sort of smart contract, infrastructure coming out this month, which is huge, especially if they do go according to plan. There'll likely be some kinks. Of course there will be, there's early doors, but I imagine hopefully things will be looking relatively smooth, and that'll be a very big factor as well. And then of course Johnny highlights here that soon after Q2, we'll see a quick implementation of stablecoins and then bridge done in Q2. Now quick is a very broad term. I personally believe quick is not going to mean a few weeks. I think it'll be a few months, maybe in May. My money personally is on in May. But we're going to be seeing some form of smart contract elements, infrastructure coming out this month. Testnet's likely, but this month, followed by stablecoins coming out very, very soon as well. In the next few months after that. And then also keep in mind as well that end of April, we'll see 10 BPS on the mainnet layer. So we're going to, for the current timeline we have right now, is some form of testnet or smart contract implementation coming out end of this month for Casplex and likely Incurred Labs as well. Then end of April, which is next month, so only a 1 month difference, we're going to see 10 BPS on the mainnet, which will be confirmation that Casper is 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin, 10 BPS on the mainnet, which is huge, historical milestone, nothing done ever before in crypto history, massive. And then 1 month after that, my personal belief from what I've seen from the community as well and from the research and developers is likely 1 month after that, in May, we'll see stablecoins integrated onto Casper. And Tether, like Tether coming to Casper, which is bridged on Casper, which is very, very big news. And there's a lot more we're going to get into the stream as well. A lot we'll get into in just a moment. We're going to now answer some questions quickly because I have missed quite a lot, I can see. So welcome everyone to the stream. If you're joining right now, good to go through again, my man. Welcome back. Good to have you here again. What's up, my man? Again, welcome to the stream. Let's go Sharks. You know it. Should we YOLO 100x on Casper? I'm not a financial advisor. Do as you will. Wing Hong. I think Casper's going to do very, very well. 100x right now, I'll put it at $6 or almost $7. Six actually would be $7 more so. I mean, I think $7 is quite a steep prediction for this cycle, if I'm being perfectly honest. That just purely basing it off market cap right now, I think I have seen CG talking about $7 cap for this cycle. I'm not saying it's not possible, but that you're talking about $175 billion market cap. What Casper's building is worth that, but will it get the adoption in time to reach a $175 billion market cap? I think we'll have to wait and see. All I can say. One more Casper and keep on buying, can't stop. Keep going, my man. Love to hear it. You just sparked me an idea. This is the worst Casper will ever be. April Casper upgrades to world's quickest crypto. I mean, literally, right now, you're right. This is the worst Casper will ever be. Because after March is concluded, we're going to see early smart contract stuff, followed by 10 BPS, followed by stablecoins, followed by full smart contract integration of Casper as well, followed by DAG Night. This is literally the last time Casper becomes a quote-unquote ghost chain, as people have been calling it. It's not a ghost chain. It's got activity on it, but the level of adoption and demand that comes to Casper in the months to follow will quickly rally, in my belief. Because people know of Casper. This is going to bring more adoption to Casper. People know of Casper. Once they have the DeFi a DEX on it, we'll see the adoption go more so as well. Which actually, one of the posts here, we can see here looking great. The community is grateful for all you do. I want to enjoy the upcoming Ledger live integration. You'll have full control of your transaction fees. Pick from slow, medium, fast, or set your own custom rate. This is the benefit as well. You can choose what your rates are with Casper, which means if you want your transaction to go through very, very quickly, you'll pay a higher fee, but you get it quickly, or you don't mind waiting a few minutes or even longer. I'm not sure how long Casper's will actually be when it's fully congested and a lot of volume coming through, but you can take a long time with a lower fee to pay. That's the benefit of Casper. It lets you choose how quickly you want your fees. If you want it extremely quickly, you pay a higher fee for it. But it gives you some leeway for that as well, which I think is something that no other chain really does, which is very, very good. But more importantly as well, this you had a KF did an AMA with Incurred Labs yesterday, and also plan to do one with the Casplex team as well very, very soon. And some form of TLDR from this as well is that there won't be new coins for layer 2s in Casper. Every transaction on layer 2 Casper miners earn, which is a question I saw was asked by the community. People saying when Casper is fully mined out, will Casper be dead? No, because the miners don't mine Casper, they mine the blocks. But what that means is they mine the blocks, and the blocks right now, they are rewarded Casper inside of it. Each Casper block has reward of 62 Casper right now. When Casper fully mined out, there won't be Casper blocks or Casper in the blocks. But the blocks also give you a transaction inside of it. So when you're mining Casper, you're mining the blocks that have transaction inside of it, and Casper's there as an added bonus right now. But that will disappear, but you'll still be able to mine the blocks from it. So Casper miners will still be able to earn, and be able to earn more when adoption goes more so as well. Also, they stated, Incurred Labs stated here that we're not like Ethereum layer 2. We need a new team, which is a layer 1.5, a new term, sorry, layer 1.5. So what's happening right now is base rollups are coming to Casper in Q2. We've got some testnets coming out this month and then seemingly fully coming out in Q2. So I could argue, speculative right now, I haven't got an official timeline, but I could say with what I've seen so far, testnets for smart contract early implementation coming out this month, followed by 10 PPS full mainnet launch next month, followed by stablecoins coming out in May, and the smart contracts coming out May to June time. It's currently my prediction from what I've seen so far, provided everything goes according to plan, which is, again, as Coin Zenzi highlights here, this is the last month Casper will be the worst for Casper. This is the worst Casper will ever be. The last month, April, is when we start seeing these significant upgrades. And this month will be the last big thing for Casper. And also get into this as well here, going more into the smart contract element here. Shai highlights here about, he basically highlights here about, the problem with old school smart contracts and why Kaspa's one is so much better here. So a very good explanation here of why Kaspa is not aiming for on-chain smart contracts. We'll get into that in a moment as well, but I'm going to still need to answer some questions real quickly as well, so I don't, miss out on answering half an hour worth of questions like I always do with Mr. Miles, just chatting rubbish. I don't know what is going to happen when it's time to sell Kaspa. I have been used to buy more of it every day. I know what you mean. It's going to feel weird. Saying that, I don't really plan on selling much Kaspa. Of course, I'll take profit in the cycle. I think it's, for me personally, I plan to take profits. I think it's worthwhile and then DCA back in. But I have been speculating how much profit I'm going to take recently because I have been seeing sources of information that, again, I disclose to more people in my community here that suggest that we may not see a typical bear market following this, and therefore we may not see a heavy correction that we normally used to. That's also speculative, but it's also got me thinking as well about how much I'll take out. I mean, either way, I'll be in profit for Kaspa for sure. So I'm not too much worried about maximizing my profits. I'm more than happy to just keep it cycling up as time goes on as well. Yeah, no, the alleged Binance wallet has jumped to number 2 now. It's absolutely nuts. A lot's happened in the past few days for Kaspa. It's been crazy. The recent dip allowed me to finally reach my goal of 250k Kaspa. Damn. Tell it right. Massive, my man. Love to hear it. Keep that bag healthy, my man. I love to hear it. Very well done to you. Cool. Cooler. Hello, traders. You know it, my man. Welcome back to the stream. You're doing very, very well. What's up, Controlled Cost? Does anyone feel like donating Kaspa to me? Please, not everyone at once. Unfortunately, I think everyone right now is still in the mud about Kaspa. They're not really ready to leave their bags just yet. When the community's back and we're high again, I'm sure the friendliness and willingness to help people out will come back again, because the whole funding stuff, for example the Kaspa documentary got discontinued because there's not enough funding to it. If Kaspa's price was doing better, it would have gone through, I'm sure. But if they're doing so bad right now, no one wants to sell their bags. The community for Kaspa is definitely very, very strong. What's up, my man Ying? Are you a whale, Jay? No, I'm not a whale. Of course, that's a trust me, bro, but I mean, hopefully I've gained all your trust here after my months of continuous daily streaming. I'm not a whale. God, I wish I was. I'm not going to disclose what I am. I disclosed it in one stream a few months back about what category I am, and I said I'm not going to do it again, just because I think the whole how much you're holding, what people can say it if they want to. Me personally, I think it's quite private, so I don't want to disclose that. But I will tell people I'm not a whale. I'm not someone that can manipulate the Kaspa. I'm a humble Kaspa holder who loves to talk about the project. We the people are the market, exchanges will follow. I mean, to an extent true, although exchanges do control the market. The tier ones and the money makers, they do control the market, the institutions. But we are the community for Kaspa. And that's why there's still so much belief in Kaspa, most definitely. Been in since 1.5 cents thanks to Crypto Galaxy. I mean, yeah. Big up to you, LB, that's massive. And Crypto Galaxy does have that benefit, his accolade and his history in Kaspa is because he found it really, really early, which is, why he has such a devoted follower base. Although, people's opinions of him have changed recently now, which I guess is fair enough. But, I mean, yeah, people got into it very, very early because of him. I didn't find Kaspa till a little bit later. I found out about Kaspa, I think, around this pump here, around 3-4 cents here. And I kind of ignored it because I was like, okay, it looks cool, but I'm not that bothered right now. And then I saw it correcting, and then I saw it return to that level again. I was like, okay, let me look into it right now. And then I got in. I didn't get a big bag, got a bag around here though. And then, and then I kept on filling my bag more and more as it went up in price. Although my average, unfortunately, as I imagine many people are right now, is much higher than the price is right now. But saying that, I'm still not worried because I do see where I believe Kaspa's going to do very well this cycle, and the average is going to keep. I can keep lowering my average right now with the price being so low. Welcome back, Alyssa. Hope you're doing very, very well. Good to have you back again. Great to catch the live. Great entry to bring your average down. Exactly what I was just saying. Anything below 4 cents and I'm backing in the vault. You know what I mean? If you do have to come down below the support level, which I think is very unlikely, if you do, there's going to be something sold for me. Something sold, whether it be going into my vault, going to the, I've got my dry powder, going even to not even the dry powder, the active wet powder, or taking out my investment for other portfolios. C is one that I'm holding actually. Maybe I'll take a little bit out of C to get more Kaspa. Although I do believe C is going to do very, very well. And actually in that regard, we have a post here from Eleanor Terrett, who is a very well-renowned journalist who used to or still works for Fox Business. We just put here, scoop, after 9 years at Fox Business, I'm thrilled to announce I accepted a job to host Crypto America, a new weekly podcast and newsletter brought to you by C. that will feature conversations with the biggest players shaping crypto policies in the United States. I think this is actually a very, very big thing for the crypto space, but equally for C as well. So I'm very happy about this, and that's why I'm glad I'm still holding C. And C actually also got a very good entry right now. Not I'm saying to buy it, not financial advice, but 1.18 cents down to, definitely good level of support right here. And it peaked earlier at $1.14. I think it easily could surpass that as well. So that's a good 10x potential. Again, if you're looking for it, not financial advice, of course, though. But I think C is a good layer one. Of course, I don't think it compares to Kaspa. Nothing compared to Kaspa in my mind's eye. But for me, I still hedge my best on other projects just in case to maximize my gains. That's why I hold XRP. That's why I'm looking at Ondu. That's why I'm looking at HBAR. That's why I hold Tau, Desync. That's why I'm looking at many other projects as well. That's why I still go to the meme market. That's why also in my community here, amongst all the institutional research we cover there as well, the insight from what they want and all the other big things we discuss there as well. We're posting hidden gems occasionally when we have the time, and also we're also doing trades as well, which we have got 2 traders in the community right now. One is C Crypto, who is a very experienced trader who does a lot of long trade, and also we brought another one in called Chart Flows, who has been very, very active recently, providing some more short-term trades. So we've seen some very good trades from him so far. We've seen a 200 and 100% gain recently. So, again, we'll actually be able to make money during this volatile cycle, which is impressive. So, in case you want to know more about that, we provide a lot of stuff in there. And we'll be doing our weekly live streams again every Saturday. You can join for free again, 7-day free trial. Link down below, description chat, also on my homepage here as well, the WAP. Come check it out. Brett says that we need liquidity. That is true. We do need liquidity to see the market rally up again. Need the Fed to drop interest rates and start quantitative easing, but I don't think they'll drop the rates this month. Trump pushing for it though. Yes, I agree. We don't need rate cuts and we don't need QE, but it will be massively helpful, because we didn't need it in 2017, but it will be massively helpful. I do believe we'll get both in due time, and I do agree. I don't think we'll get rate cuts this month, which is why there's speculation in the community right now that next month could be more for pullbacks, because Bank of Japan may hike rates again, whereas America won't do anything. Therefore, the yen will rally against the dollar once more. So again, the FUD might dry in again, and TAF still causing uncertainty. But I think Trump's pushing for it. We'll get rate cuts, we'll get QE, and we'll get a very, very volatile cycle following that as well. Especially after such a heavy pullback, things are looking for me in quite a good position. Even Ethereum right now. So I highlight again, Ethereum right now is at levels not seen since 2023. Or even this is insane. Mr. Miles, welcome back, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Reporting for GT indeed. Someone told me that Kaspa was a scam, pump and dump. Yeah, the people who say that are because they're looking at the price. People are looking at the price of Kaspa and saying it's a pump and dump. That in itself, pump and dump, that's not a pump and dump. People who call Kaspa a pump and dump are those who have not done enough research to the project and are only looking at the price action. And if that's the case, then they would have called, Cardano and Litecoin and Chainlink and Bitcoin a pump and dump, because Bitcoin has equally seen 70% pullbacks, of course, from bull to bear market, but it's seen heavy corrections. Of course, Kaspa's doing it in a bull cycle, but it's an altcoin. But, if you're calling it a pump and dump because you see a 70% pullback, for me, is misinformation. Because Kaspa's a fair launch decentralized project. It's open source. You can literally see everything going on with it. It's one of the least, it's one of the most open source, it's one of the most fair projects in the space, if not the most fair. Of course, those people are going to still have a negative viewpoint on it. People are going to come at shy, everybody else. There's a website that in my community, my free community, in the useful channels page, which is debunking myths for Kaspa. I'm not sure if that one's actually in there about, is Kaspa a scam or not. It's called Kaspa, I think it's Kaspa Archive. I'm going to find it real quick and just showcase it on the stream. Where is it? Yeah, KaspaArchive.com. This website is very, very good to basically just kind of debunk any of these so-called, speculation or misinformation about, Kaspa's a scam right now. The reasons they normally will list are all here. Kaspa was unfairly launched and it's secretly controlled by DAG Labs. That's incorrect. Kaspa is a proof of work, which is worse than proof of stake. That's also incorrect. Scalability is limited by ledger growth and layer 2 flaws. They have all the facts people tend to utilize about why Kaspa is a scam has all been proven here, and even the source for that are in these posts here, like the Twitter, on the web, from Reddit, all this stuff. And then, but the most people, these are all like the credible arguments you could make while being misinformation. But the argument people tend to make about Kaspa being a scam is because of the price action. They only look at the chart and they look at just purely TA. And I think that is just an incorrect way of investing personally. TA is helpful, but I think if you only look at TA, you're going to miss out because fundamentals makes up more for a project than TA does. So, it lacks utility because of smart contract and no DeFi. While there is elements of truth in that, Kaspa is literally building that right now. So again, that's debunked as well. Kaspa's a scam. It's not got that. Well, it's literally coming out this month and next month. And the months after that as well. It's coming out. So, again, that's just, people are saying it's a scam. Their reasons why could be varied. I personally believe they're not done enough research. But hey, they don't like the project, so be it. Yeah, and it can't be a pump and dump as well because there's no one to dump it. So yeah, there's no centralized authority. So even like all these, you can look at the holders right now for Kaspa. That's the most centralized project in this space by quite a margin. Like it's not impossible, of course, if all the 1,000 addresses are coordinated to dump Kaspa, but it's borderline impossible to dump Kaspa because it's decentralized. It's open source. There's no insider allocation and none of that. As already disclaimed and debunked in the very first post here. It was unfairly launched and secretly controlled by DAG Labs. That's incorrect. There's no pre-allocation to insiders at all. The summer will be face melting like the guy from Indiana Jones. Oh yeah, honestly, that'd be insane. Video broke down the holders and it was all the developers. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the video, although I'm intrigued to actually see it just so I can see how realistic it actually is. But this here, from the Kaspa archive, is effectively debunking that about, it was fair, it's not the case. DAG Labs was founded by 2018 by Son Polinsky. By mid-2021, recognized the limitation of optic ASIC miners, which is the market sentiment away from proof of work. DAG Labs and Polychain Capital made a deliberate decision to transition Kaspa into a community-owned open source project, explicitly relinquishing any intellectual property rights. This directly contradicts the notion of continuous control. All the facts are here, and all the facts are also here as well, the fact sources for it. And actually, that we have a post about that as well, which is this post of Kaspa Facts here. Kaspa's Trump card here. Trump has World Liberty Financial Institution, Polychain, DAG Labs, Kaspa. The Trump 2024 campaign also accepts Kaspa donations here. This is from back on Christian Ludwig here. We know Trump accepted Kaspa donations, as some police confirmed. And now, a GP at Polychain, which is Kaspa's incubator, helped the funding of Kaspa, is an advisor at World Liberty. So, of course, it's grabbing at straws a little bit right now, but we know Kaspa donates to Donald Trump, and we also know that Polychain has also, a GP at Polychain is now an advisor for World Liberty, which is Trump's company. So, point being is Trump knows of Kaspa, and that may also get them in favor. We'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of big things still coming for Kaspa here, and I'll get into this post as well about the big developments coming to smart contracts here, and then also get into some more big crypto news as well, which is these two. These are the last parts here as well, like the lawsuit as well, which is very big for the crypto space as well. So we can see it from Shai, a very good explanation of why Kaspa is not aiming for on-chain smart contracts. Ultimately, it's just talking about the old technology compared to Kaspa's new technology and how great it is. Native on-chain smart contract is just a bad design. It means all nodes on the network must process all logic, when ZK Magic allows just verifying it. The original justification for on-chain computation are it makes the smart contracts as secure as the base layer, it makes smart contracts non-parasitic, and it makes smart contracts a bit faster because they don't have to settle. But this can be obtained with the rollups being based, and it's solved by Kaspa throughput. To verify computation on-chain using ZK, Kaspa's base layer needs to implement ZK opcodes. Currently, they're not available just yet, but Incurred Labs is building optimistic-based rollups already. The problem is that Kaspa, since it was pruned, optimistic rollup layer 2s will have to maintain an archive. But once ZK opcodes are implemented, the archive, or architecture even, could be adapted to ZK rollups rather than optimistic rollups, removing this requirement. So to get a bit more understanding of what it means here, ultimately talking about how, so the old smart contract right now, imagine everyone's doing the same math problem. Traditional smart contracts make every computer on the Kaspa network do the same calculations, so it's slow and inefficient. Everyone's doing the exact same thing. It's slow and inefficient. People thought it was good. People thought it was very secure. It would avoid, parasitic contracts that relied on others, and also it was faster because it didn't need extra steps. But Kaspa's smart contract, these ZK based wallets, whatever. Imagine this. Imagine someone showing you the answer, but not the whole math problem. So effectively, beforehand, everyone's doing the same math problem, the old smart contract, and Kaspa one is giving you the answer. This means someone does the calculations, creates a proof, the answer is right, and everyone else just checks the proof. So instead of everyone going through the exact same question and trying to find the answer, and therefore you might have different answers, all you're doing is one individual creating the answer for the question, and everyone just checking if that answer makes sense. And it does, fantastic. So it's more secure. It still avoids the parasitic contract, and it makes Kaspa speed even faster, removing all the middle steps. So it hasn't got the tools for it right now, but it'll come very, very soon. So this is why Kaspa is going to be more efficient with smart contracts as well. It could be another game changer for Kaspa, and also another reason why these tier 1s for me are on the horizon, the OKXs and seemingly the Binance as well. Something big seems to be coming with it, be Kaspa related or not, I'm sure it is on the horizon. And equally, it could also be talking about this here as well. According to Watch Guru here, the SEC is preparing to end the lawsuit against Ripple and XRP, which is massive news. XRP lovers or not, you may not like it, it's a big deal for the whole space as well. 2 well-placed sources tell me the SEC versus Ripple case is in the process of wrapping up and could soon be over. Again, Ellen Terrett, very well informed Fox business journalist, of course now working with C, very bullish as well. I'm happy to hear that. I do trust her, a lot of her sources. She's very knowledgeable, very credible. She'll have good connections. My understanding is that the delay is reaching an agreement is due to Ripple's legal team negotiating 4 favourable terms regarding the August District Court ruling, which imposed a $125 million fine on the company and included the permanent injunction preventing the company from selling XRP to institutional investors. The argument, I'm told, is that if the new SEC's leadership is wiping the enforcement slate clean of all previous targeted crypto firms because it believes regulatory clarity will resolve the underlying issues, why should Ripple be penalised? Accepting the Torah's ruling as it stands would mean that Ripple is essentially agreeing to admit its wrongdoing. But now the SEC itself is seemingly unsure whether any wrongdoings occurred. So this is ultimately the theory that I remember seeing a while back from Mr. Lawman here, which is that, all the cases the SEC have had right now, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, Robinhood, OpenSea, and many, many more have all been dropped. All of them. Even Consensus. The last one to be dropped right now is XRP and Ripple's the biggest one in this space. And because all have been dropped, Ripple's one have the unfortunate decision of the verdict where they got a verdict from Judge Torres which said, okay, you did make a mistake, so you pay the fine, and, you're good now. You get off scot-free effectively, but you can't sell to institutional investors, which does also screw up Ripple's model because the whole premise is to sell to institutional investors. But now the SEC has changed their whole role, they're now trying to be like, okay, well, we just remove this injunction thing and we're good. The problem is it is a bit of complication with that. It's not easy to remove a judge ruling. So you've got to try and convince Judge Torres to change her verdict, which is not going to be easy. But if they can do that, then the lawsuit is about to come to an end. Now, good for XRP, that will be definitely, and potentially the reason why XRP will start to rally, is rallying a little bit today, will start to rally much more so very, very soon. But whether you like XRP or not, this is actually still a very big win for the crypto industry because XRP's lawsuit is the biggest one, the first, the front line for the SEC against the SEC, and their verdict and dismissal of the case would mean that all crypto cases have been dropped, and that is a official confirmation that the SEC is in full support of everything crypto, and this administration will fast-track crypto adoption. So, again, big things are on the horizon seemingly for crypto market, for the SEC, for XRP, for Kaspa, and I'm sure much, much more. Things are looking up. I think listings are on the horizon for Kaspa as well. This is going to be a very, very hectic few months for Kaspa. You're going to be wishing for these slow periods again, where I think it was quiet. You could just kind of sit back and relax and not have to look at the markets. And now you're going to be almost forced to. There will likely be some kinks, QC. Sign me up, of course. Joke, man. Joke, man, indeed, Mr. Miles. How many questions have I missed? Quite a few. Wow, that's a lot of questions. Okay, I'm definitely going to miss some because that's a hell of a lot of questions. Oh my gosh. There are lots of people dumping because if the price won't go down. But people are dumping Kaspa because the price is going to go down, but the long run, it won't matter. What's up, War Britannia? Hope you're doing very, very well. Welcome back to the stream, my man. have a great day and all that. They said that the founder claims to be Satoshi and his team and all the guys hold a massive ton of supply. The founders have never claimed to be Satoshi. There have been some jokes about it on occasion, but there's never been a claim from any of the founders that they claim to be Satoshi. So that is misinformation there. And I would like to see the proof of them holding a lot of the tokens right now. I have seen none of that. I do know that Shai does hold some, and he confirmed he's going to be selling at 35 cents. I'm not sure how much he holds. There was a video about it from Kappa Silver's page a while back. It's also in my community as well. You can check that out, about Shai having he's going to be selling at 35 cents. You can check that out here. Links in the description, check out my homepage as well. What's up, Stu Clark? Welcome back, man. I'm doing very, very well. Yeah, they said that one of them's going to be dumping. Yeah, that is true. Shai's going to be dumping at 35 cents. Yeah, but that's transparency. He dumped at 20 cents. Which people are, coming at him for that. I think it's a weird coincidence. Also, potentially foreseen, because, I did also call back here the market was going to come through a heavy correction. Warren Buffett sold half the stock in Apple. The Fed didn't, cut rates when Japan did. The markets were screwed. By that point, there was quite a foreseeable correction and crash in the market at that point. Shai sold at the top. Shai's not the reason that Kaspa collapsed. And Shai also is going to be selling at 35 cents. That is true. That is true, but the Satoshi thing and how much they hold, I don't know where he's got that from. The Satoshi thing is, for me, it's likely just them joking about, and how much they hold again. I mean, I'd like to see the video controlled, so you can't send links on YouTube, unfortunately. So if you're part of my community, you can link it in there, and we can watch the video. Just get the join to the community right now. Say join for free here, or even just send me a DM on Discord as well, or even you can send me a DM on Twitter. Again, you can follow me on Twitter here as well, and send me a DM there as well. And I'll have a look through it and see if anything's actually credible in my belief. But my personal belief right now is that it's a lot of misinformation that's being taken as fact. For real, I have no clue how can anyone be bearish on such a project as Kaspa. Everything is coming to make Kaspa look perfect. I'm in agreement right now as well, Kevin, truth be told. And as Rosario says here, drop a like for QC. We're doing these streams every single day. As always, if you enjoy, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. Because I will be here every day when the bad times, which have been only bad times realistically, but equally the good times as well, we'll be here as much as we can be. The days I have not been here so far have been family related. Of course, there'll be times I've missed days in the past as well right now. It's inevitable, but I will do my utmost to always be every single day. And if I'm not, I'll make an announcement in advance in my community about me missing a day. Well, it's bearish if the devs hold a huge supply. I mean, it is kind of bearish, but it's again, I want to see the proof of such, because from my information, they don't hold a huge supply at all. Like, I know Shai plans to sell, I think it's like one. Let me quickly see if I can find the post about it. 35 cents. So I made a post about it as well in my community. Hopefully I pinned it as well, so I can just find it quite quickly. But yeah, the post is Shai talking about selling it, but it's like, in comparison to how much it could be, is not actually that much. So he says, no, it's not that one. I'll just show the video actually. So this is the video referring to it about, can Kaspa rug pull. So actually, Kaspa's already made a video. I'm imagining disclaiming the whole thing about Kaspa the rug and pump and dump. You can see from Shai here. So from Shai here, when the Kaspa I got from DAG Labs, which was 3.9 million Kaspa, reaches the value of 1 million NIS after tax, I will sell it. After that, the plan was to sell 10% of my bag whenever the price doubles, so that the dollar value of my Kaspa is always increasing. In particular, I intend to hang on some amount of Kaspa forever while taking enough profits for financial freedom. And then he made a post here. Look, guys, I really have to say this. I got 3.9 million Kaspa. Now think about how much supply Kaspa there actually is. There's 25 billion Kaspa. He's got 3.9 million. He's not even got, a percent of the supply. He's got such a small amount of supply. 25 billion. Let's get a calculator out. Of course, he's a developer, so he has more weight regardless, of course. But you get the calculator. You got 25.84. That's million That's billion. And then Shy has got 3.9 million. So 3. I did that completely wrong. I knew I did that wrong. But I did. Okay, so it's 3.9 million divided by 25.84000000. That's billion. Times 100. He holds 0.015% of the supply of Kaspa. 0.015%. That's tiny in comparison to how much, and again, Kaspa's still getting mined more and more. So it's a very, very small amount, and he's gonna be holding less and less Kaspa, as he mentions. He's gonna be selling, every time the price doubles. Now, of course, it's quite a bearish thing to hear, I guess, because he is a founding member of Kaspa. He's a developer, research developer, so it's not great to hear. But he's been transparent about it, which most developers and most insiders aren't transparent about it. So that's also good to see in that regard. He puts it here. After the great appreciation of the last 2 years, I found myself in a position where 9% of my net worth is in Kaspa, so I felt it was time to diversify. The reason I'm open about how much I got from DAG Labs and how much of it I sold is exactly because I don't want people speculating about how much I hold, whether it is a dump or not. I sold around 1 million Kaspa at 20 cents. Convenient, I'm sure. But I do think it was just a coincidence. My broker and other people told me to sell for less, so I would have better hedge for my fortune faster. They wanted me to sell all of the Kaspa at 16 cents. His broker and the people, he didn't do it. He only sold 1 million, so he sold about a quarter of it at 20 cents, so a little bit higher. He personally believed, and he cannot believe, it's not financial advice, of course. Right after I sold 1 million Kaspa, of course, the entire economy took a huge dump following Japan's curveball. It was Japan. It happened. And then he also mentioned, before the dip, I had another sell. Before the dip, I imagine now he's probably removed it, but he said before the dip, I had another sell command for 1 minute and 35 cents, and it's still there. Well, it's still there even though. So he said it's still there. Now, this is 5 months back, but I imagine it's still there now, because Shai is very transparent about it, as he should be. It's a fair part about it. So in that regard, then, he'll still have another, 1.9 mil Kaspa left, but he's selling some at 35 cents. That, for me, is why I highlight this is going to be a level of support for Kaspa, of resistance for Kaspa, because even though, again, 1 mil Kaspa is a drop in the water for how much their supply is, people know he's a developer, so it's going to have more effects on the price. I understand that much. There's going to be a level of support here, and he'll be transparent about the next ones as well. But yeah, so it is bearish if they hold a huge amount, but in least Shai's regard, there's not a huge amount. A huge amount of supply is like XRP supply. The employees hold over 50%. That's a huge amount. Ethereum equally is a lot as well. I don't actually know the exact tokenomics of all of the projects in this space, but I know XRPs and I know other ones that have well over like 30% for most of them, if not higher, even 20%. And the lower end for some of them. XRPs, Kaspa's is much lower, and in that regard, if you think of XRP having 50% from employees, Shai alone has 0.01%. That's not a huge amount. That's a tiny amount, actually. So again, it's about relativity, how you see it. I personally perceive that I personally perceive that Shai is being transparent about how much Kaspa he holds, which is a good thing for the community. Of course, people have speculated that he dumped he caused Kaspa to dump. He'll have enough 1 million Kaspa is not enough to cause the price to dump, And also, yeah, a lot of devs also hold Bitcoin too. Satoshi, while he's, it's a cold wallet seemingly, Satoshi holds a massive amount of Bitcoin supply. So again, it's for me, and again, I'm not trying to discredit the individual per se, but I believe it is hate-driven or FUD-driven misinformation because they haven't looked into it enough and not understand the premise of what Kaspa actually is. And a lot of people right now, even now, they still massively hate the KEF and Shai due to, I guess, their personal agendas, whatever it may be. I understand the reasons for both of them, why their reasons are, but I think it's misguided. Because when I look at from more wide perspective, I'm like, I see both sides, but I don't think it's that big of a problem. The problem with Shai, people don't like his quote-unquote political views. I don't think it's a problem. It's his own account. He can sell what he likes. The problem with KEF is people are saying they're not doing enough work because the price of Kaspa is going down and they're meant to be market makers or whatever. And they're not planning to price of Kaspa. You know, again, tier ones are exchanges are manipulating price of Kaspa definitely, but that's not the KEF fault per se. And they're still doing a lot of work. We're seeing what they're doing. The main culprit, who was the one I saw for the KEF the most and Johnny the most, was Nick. And I saw Nick apologise to him recently, actually. So there's still people who still FUD it. I'm not sure I saw a post about it. There's one I saw from Johnny. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was one of these ones. Yeah. You said a lot without saying anything. Sounds like more empty promises from your joke-ass organisation. Again, not comment the guy individually here, but I don't see what benefit this provides to the community. And also, there's empty promises right now. They have already pulled through a lot of their promises so far already. They've done a lot as it is already, and there's going to be more coming through because still in the early days. So, again, I understand the FUD, I understand the hate in the community, but I don't think it's helpful at all. And I also think it's misinformed and driven by wrong ideals. The video I saw broke down the holders, and they did hold a lot. Again, if you can show me my man on Discord, or whatever it may be, or even Twitter, send it to me. I'll have a look through it and see if I can provide an insight on it as well. Because, again, I'm not opposed to Kaspa hate. I'm more than happy to see hate on a project. In fact, I prefer seeing hate on a project and, you know, information about it, so I can then build my understanding of the project more so. If there's proof that the holders hold a lot of Kaspa, that will be bearish, and I would probably change my perspective on Kaspa. But as it stands right now, I believe it's unlikely, or potentially misinformed. But I mean, again, I would like to see it, because it would give me a form of insight at least. I'm not against hearing negativity about Kaspa. I'm not a maxi that's going to be die hard about, oh, Kaspa's the greatest thing since, you know, sliced bread. It can't be bad. If bad stuff happens about Kaspa, I will talk about bad stuff happening to Kaspa. I'm a content creator at heart, and I hold Kaspa because I have so much faith and belief in it, but I'm going to cover news about it. If there is proof that Kaspa is doing illicit things and wrong things, I'm going to talk about it. As you should be informed if you're going to invest in a project, whether it's trustful or not, trustworthy. That's my whole premise here, to try and inform the community the ins and out about a project. So if it's got problems, yeah, please let me know. But without seeing it, you know, for me, from what I've seen so far, all the theories about why Kaspa's bad, about the inside of whatever, has been disputed and debunked already. And again, even Kaspa made a video about, can the founder of Kaspa pull Kaspa? So, you know, again, a bit of a tangent. I apologise if I sounded like I was being a bit, you know, anal. But yeah, I mean, again, I like trying to bring some form of trust and information to the community, and misinformation does my nutting. I made a post. Someone asked me earlier on Twitter today, how do you know this? How do you find your information, whatever it may be? And I just basically said, I made a lot of mistakes in the last market, and I learned from them, of course. But the biggest mistake I had was listening to the wrong sources of information. Just finding the mainstream accounts, just following them blindly, and not actually understanding the noise from the actual information there. So what I did throughout all the bear market is research. I became a researcher. I learned how to find good information. That's, again, what I provided a lot more detail to this community here. A lot of really good insightful information from institutional exclusive research documents. Like from Deloitte, from KPMG, from the World Economic Forum, from many, many more. Massive insightful documents. I've learned how to research. I've learned how to ignore them. This noise, this information here is great news. This is still noise. Until you see OKX's official account posting, oh yeah, Kaspa listing, this is still noise. It's great to hear, and we can speculate about it, but it's noise. This is noise. All this is a great article. It's great to see. It's nice stuff. It's noise. This is great to see. And we're seeing proof of that. So that's not noise. That's actual developments for Kaspa. That arguably is noise. That, you know, this is a good thing, but having connection necessarily to Kaspa is a bit of noise. So it's just a matter of depicting what it is or not. And also understanding that even if it's noise or not, how it can affect the price of Kaspa or crypto in general. That's what I learn. So when I see misinformation, I try my best to at least educate while not trying to sound like I'm being, being anal. Because I want to try and, you know, build a community of trust and people who just also can learn how to find information as well. That's why I got my free community here. We all just chill, chat, and find a place where we can all just learn information together. And we can just talk about it, discuss it. Which we do pretty much every single day now. Shout out to my man, has been very active in the community, posting reposting Twitter sources constantly about Kaspa and crypto space. And we've been able to talk about it quite frequently as well. It's been fantastic. I respect Need for that massively. And everyone else who does it in the community as well, anyways. And then the community here, even more insightful, providing a lot more in-depth information regarding institutional documents and equally trades and much, much more in there as well. So if you want to know even more about that, again, you could join that for a 3-week, 7-day free trial, see if it's worth your fancy, and then if you want to sign up, it's there. But again, that's my whole premise of what I'm trying to do. I became a researcher to spread news, because I think that is where a lot of people lack in this space. I know I got screwed early in the last market because of it, so I wanted to try and find a platform where I can at least help people avoid making the same mistakes. That's why when people are talking about Kaspa being a scam project because of price action, and it's only about price action, I'm like, it's just noise. It's not correct information. If you're talking about something that's fundamental and it's factual, then sure, yes, it's not. It's probably a scam project. But everything I say about Kaspa and their reason behind it, if it's not about price and something else, it's been debunked already. It's been debunked already. So it's normally noise or just misinformation. The problem is those who don't like a project, they'll die on their hill as well. The same way how XRP maxis don't like Bitcoin, they die on their hill about how XRP is better than Bitcoin because it's for their reasonings. But Bitcoin proof of work is terrible. Okay, it's not scalable. That's a fair point. I respect that point. It's not the future. It's too slow. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. XRP is better because it's proof of stake. That's not how the statement works. XRP will flip Bitcoin. Disagree. So people have a max mentality. They also can just have a very warped agenda. It's just how the space works. You'll just try and find the right information, If the only thing you go by is what a video told you about Des holding and nothing at all, the fundamentals and what's coming for you, sell and move on. I mean, yeah. Again, I'm not sure exactly where the guy is talking about it, but yeah, I mean, again, when I make I made a video recently on XCM, for example, and that video there was just kind of covering a general update about XCM. Those who might be interested about what this project is, covering the good and bad news. My first video on Kaspa equally was a kind of general idea about Kaspa. On this channel here, we cover everything from good to bad. We bring information. We don't only cover the negativity and, and I equally, again, I'm only human. I've also spread information at times. I've done it. Difference is I'll apologize for it and I'll own up for it. And I also will research more to find out if what I said is misinformation. I try my best to make sure I'm bringing credible source. That's why when I post this here, the post here, I'm like interested about it. But when someone asked me about it here, I was talking about maybe it's just, maybe it could be a community member doing something. I'm not entirely sure what it's about. But, until we get official announcement, I'm not holding my breath just yet. I don't want to get ahead. I don't want to get emotional about it. Logically speaking, it's great, but it's just noise. So I'm just waiting, I'm just looking at some more questions right now. So control coast things that actually. So you actually think Kaspa will dump? I mean, if that's your belief, then I mean, again, you're well entitled to your beliefs. I just hope that you haven't been misinformed. That's all. The research that we do daily in this channel, in my community as well, has enough sources and belief and facts to debunk the belief that there's can and or will come Trump. I mean, again, if you want to find out more, watch this video from Kaspa Silver. Yes, he's a Kaspa content creator exclusively, but this is a 15-minute deep dive about how Kaspa works, the Kaspa code, the supply, if that is fair launch, and how much Kaspa these people hold. And then also about Shy and his recent, quote-unquote antics. So this video is, shout out to Kaspa Silver again, is arguably the best video to get the proper insight whether Kaspa can be dumped or not. He might be a Kaspa holder and also a Kaspa content creator, but he's also very knowledgeable. He provides a lot of sources in here as well. And equally then my community, and more so, have a lot of sources in there as well that support why Kaspa is doing very well, or will do very well, at least with all the developments coming through, and why I don't think it's going to be pumping up at all. There are many projects in the space that will be a pump and dump. Kaspa for me is not one of them. But again, I've been doing this a lot recently. My streams have been going well over an hour, and I mean, I guess there's so much to talk about constantly right now, but I will have to wrap it up very, very quickly. So unless I see one more question to me, I will be wrapping up very, very shortly. Just looking at more questions. I mean, again, I'm just seeing a lot of stuff. Still, the community still talking back to control costs. I'm still more than happy. Like, again, if you can send me the video of it controlled, whether it be through, you can't send it on YouTube again. Send it to me through Twitter or through the community Discord, or you just DM it to me on Discord. I will look through it because I'm intrigued. Again, I'm not gonna completely debunk your statements from a video that you watched without watching the video. Right now, all I can say is I don't know. From what I've seen, I would choose to believe it's misinformation because I've researched enough to believe that Kaspa is fair launched and it's not got insiders in the sense that they will dump Kaspa and pump and dump it. And what they're building, they've got a lot more Dottom 2 come as well. So I would choose to believe otherwise, but if there's a video that has a lot of concrete evidence that Kaspa is going to be a pump and dump, I am more than happy to listen to it. But I need to have some credible information as opposed to just, and again, that's the downside of, people in the community who's in the chat right now as opposed to me on the screen. I can show sources of what I'm saying right now. Unfortunately, yours is just word from mouth, which is a bit unfortunate. That's why I'm saying she can link me the information and the source of the video. I'll watch through it and I'll make my own judgment on it. But right now, just because I have not seen it, I'm going to choose to discredit it and not believe it because my information states otherwise right now. I don't mind having contradicting information, but I need to have some form of credibility behind it. If he shows facts of it, if it's speculative talk, I'm not going to believe it, as anyone shouldn't do. You have facts behind it. This here, we did a lot of research into OKX, but this is like, until we see a listing, it's still speculative. I always highlight, do your own research and stuff like that as well. That's why, again, I'm not going to outright come out and say the guy is just completely waffling, because I've not seen what his sources are. My sources say otherwise, so we've got contradicting sources right now, I imagine, but I need to see more about it. So if you can show the video at least, then by all means. If you're talking about insiders like the exchanges, right now exchanges are manipulated by Kaspa, yes, but that happens on every project. There's no exactly, like if the term in the video that you're referring to is talking about insiders but not giving an actual source of an insider, it's unfortunately, well, at least my belief, it's just a, it's a term thrown out there just to get people to hit on a project. But again, this is just my belief. I'm not trying to. If it came across that I'm trying to come at you controlled, I'm really, really not. Because again, whether you love Kaspa or not, I just want to make sure people are informed properly. That's all. I want people that actually have the correct information. And if you've seen a video that says otherwise, that's fine. Over top 1,000 addresses, over percent, that's very top heavy. You can look at any. Yeah, that is true controlled. But then think about XRP. Think about every other major project. Think about Bitcoin. It's well over 50%. I can try to Google search right now. What is the percentage controlled in Bitcoin by the top 1,000 addresses? See if I get an answer about that. Or top 1,000 addresses. So it seems actually that is significantly less from the looks of it, according to Bitcoin rich list. Oh no, tell a lie. Wait, am I looking at the right thing? It looks like it is 60%, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, top 1,000, 31% for Bitcoin apparently. 31% apparently. And again, this is just a quick Google search. I need to do more in-depth information to find out the truth about it. But it's 31%. But again, if you look at other projects as well, and again, I'm highlighting any other proof of stake here, most of them have over 50% anyways. And, they've got even smaller numbers than 1,000. So, again, again, this is on the bunk of it. Again, whatever. I'm just looking for more questions right now. Mr. Miles, yes, done by the miners for insider info, and that's anything about memes. Bitcoin is a scam as well. Okay, so I'm curious to what you believe isn't a scam then. If you say everything's a scam in the space, then I'll be like, okay, fine. But I'm curious actually to sorry, apparently, yeah. I'm curious to what you believe isn't a scam then. But with that being said, either way, I'm gonna let you all debate more in the chat if you choose to. But yeah, I mean that is effectively it for today's stream. A bit of a weird ending to that, if I'm honest. Okay. Top of address is likely approximately 60-70% of Solana supply. I mean, again, yeah, we're talking about comparatively. You know, Kaspa's this is a lot, but you look at other projects as well, and that's not even taking into account the pre-allocation to developers and whatnot, and the actual ICOs and whatnot that other projects had. Kaspa is still significantly less. Kaspa is, statistically speaking, the most decentralized project in this space, and that has been proven already. But again, we can debate that till death do us part. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I need to get a video done as well today. I mean, that was an interesting turn. Again, I have no ill feelings at all towards anybody. Again, if you don't like Kaspa, you FUD Kaspa, that's perfectly fine. I just hope that the FUD is from factual information. And again, controlled. If you've watched a video that seems to have some form of belief or some form of stats or facts or sources suggesting and proving that Kaspa is going to be rugged and pulled and bumped and dumped, then please do link it to me. Again, send it to me on Twitter. My Twitter @ is right here. Or equally, send it to me on Discord. You come join the community, or just find me through the community and add me, and then send it to me there as well. I'm actually interested to hear about it. But otherwise, then again, I cannot confirm the theory / speculation that Kaspa is a pump and dump, because for me, from everything that I've seen, my sources state otherwise. And I think people of Bitcoin being a scam. I mean, Bitcoin is controlled by the elites most definitely, but I don't know. I think the statement of Bitcoin threw me off a little bit, because while there is credibility in the statement of Bitcoin controlled by the elites, and I do agree to an extent, the only way I could see that, I'm just therefore curious about what therefore to you isn't a scam. If you say gold, then maybe. I don't even know that. I get my head all frazzled right now, because if Bitcoin's a scam and Kaspa's a scam, then effectively every crypto project in this space is also a scam. There's no way stuff like XRP and C and SUI are not scams, because they have pre-allocations, so they actually have even more insiders. It's just how it works. But again, that's a complete different conversation for another day. Right now, I am going to wrap up today's stream. So, apart from that very skewed ending, hopefully all today's very daily Kaspa and crypto live stream. We talk about a lot in today's stream. Ultimately, about OKX potentially FOMOing Kaspa early listing potential. There's speculation. They're having more developments happening as well. More big accounts covering Kaspa, which is good to get its demand up once more. Smart contract developments, much more smart stablecoin developments and whatnot. Things looking up for Kaspa and the crypto space, and equally potentially to the bomb for Kaspa. Again, time will tell. But if you enjoyed it, always leave a like. Almost at 50 likes. Get 50 likes. Mr. Mars can have some food tonight. 50 likes. Share with your friends. Subscribe for more. And if you want to know more about crypto market sentiment, then go and check out the free community. More information, in-depth information about crypto and institutional sentiment in the WAP community. And also check me out on Twitter. You know the deal. Have a great day. Good evening. Good night. You can continue the conversation in your own time. But yeah, I'm going to get some food. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care now.